Hello? Alex?
Start of game activation is live and ready. Okay, we are on.
Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? I can't hear myself. I don't think it's working.
If I could have have everybody who thinks they're doing a good job just do better because you're not, okay?
You guys seem happy on this
No, I don't think it works. It's not projecting right.
Cue the oboe.
I think if I was gonna eat somebody, I'd start with this eye. Eyes always gonna eat. It's the best on a chicken. I feel like it's probably the best on a person. Could be. Put like sriracha on it.
Yeah, almost.
Hello? Hello? No, I don't think it works.
Don't you hate going to the movies by yourself? I mean, I do. We have so much in common. I mean...
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. You know, if the four of you get real close, it's like Mount Rushmore. There are your screws to get you started. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And the wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
the San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
If you happen to find our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, you'll be rewarded with big prizes and cash. All right, let's do this thing.
Get ready, time for question. One.
First, Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%, 40%, 80%, or 100%? Player 1. How do you say, no? Players 2, 3, and 4. Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Here we have, his acting is alright. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages, the McCona Industrial Age, the McCona Middle Ages, or the McCona Enlightenment Age? Hello? Player 2. Players 1 and 3. Player 4. The Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
And on its way, brought to you by the letter U-nibrow.
It's the put the choices into order and buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count, Bert, Ernie, or Ernie, the Count, Bert. Player 3, the time is now. Players 3 and 4. The Count would be so disappointed. Allow me. Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two eyebrows! and yet none of them have ever blinked. It's time for Duck, Duck, Swan. Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, Von Rothbart, or Odette? Why player 4? Who do you care to screw? Here's screwed player 3. 5 seconds to pick an answer. Superlative screwing player 4. Want a little more money? Players 1 and 4. Cue the swan song. Want to see the answer? Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead. Especially if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college. 5 fingers! This one's called The Man in the Backwards Yellow Hat, and it's a dis or dat. Player 1. Why don't you play this dis or dat and see if you can catch up? I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the square button. If it's Curious George, press the circle button. Now, the rest of you need to hear this. Lock in your answers before player 1, because if player 1 gets it wrong, everyone who got it right will split the cash. All right, let's get started. Peed in a mop bucket. Broke his leg falling from a fire escape. Arrested for falsely reporting a fire. Egged a house. Got high on ether. Fed a bugle to an ostrich. Went to a Brazilian brothel. Ew, baby, 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 ew. I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Bieber. Round 1 is in the books, and player 4 is at the head of the pack, at least for the moment. Keep in mind, all the prizes are doubled in round 2. And remember, big cash prizes can be yours if you find the wrong answer of the game. All right, let's get back to it. Say hello to Dumber and Dumberer 2. So there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Player 2. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise. Players 1, 3, and 4. No, but speaking of otter, get it? You've just won the greatest hits of the San Francisco Otter Choir. Hailed as one of the top 3 otter choirs in the world, the San Francisco Otter Choir will astound you with their covers of Little Red Corvette and The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Today's wrong answer of the game is worth a whopping $8,000. Enjoy.
101.7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
How about let it go, let it go, let it go? At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman. Watch the time! Players 1 and 2, you got it. No, you didn't. Players 3 and 4. You may not know how temperatures work. Were you thinking of this one? 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah, 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 he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
Up next, Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
First spotted in 1879. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? What? That answer has a hole in it. One right answer coming up. Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born, probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. And now, wine or lose. If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings? Watch the clock. Player 2, good effort, good effort. Players 1, 3, and 4. Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. Coming up next, I want to lick and roll all night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or about 30 inches deep? Watch your clock. Players 2 and 3. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Player 1. Ow. Player 4. An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore. Brace yourself. You already know the rules. Off you go. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck. 4's on top! Yeah, okay, so you won player 4, but it's not like you went for the jugular or anything. You really need to hone your competitive spirit. Show no mercy, take no prisoners, that kind of thing. This is more like, oh, I'll beat you, but I don't want to offend anyone. Will you still be my friend? What you really should have been saying was, you don't know Jack! Hi, I'm Cookie, and this game is about to change your lives for a couple of minutes. Okay, 4 on the floor. I don't know what that means, but here we go. Let's do this. This is round 1, and that means you get 500 points for everyone you fool with your made-up answer. And you'll get 1,000 for finding the truth. All right, pick a category. Okay, here's your first question. In 2004, the CEO of Blockbuster mailed Reed Hastings, the CEO of Netflix, an odd package. He sent him a blank. Now, use your device to enter a bluff that you think will fool the other players into thinking it's true. If you can't think of anything in time, use the Lie For Me button for half the points. Do it now. Hurry up, use a suggestion. Okay, here are your choices. Find the truth and enter it on your device. Okay, let's take a look. And nobody picked the other lies up there. Time to pick a category. Okay, here's the question. Allgrim Acres is a 9-hole miniature golf course oddly located in an Illinois blank. Type in your lies now. Hurry! Hit the Lie For Me button if you can't think of something. All right, where's the truth? Let's see what everybody selected. It's hard to get your ball out of the cup, though. Those holes are 6 feet deep. And nobody fell for some of these ingenious lies. Select a category. Okay, here's the question. After an allergic reaction to steroids used to treat asthma, a 28-year-old woman started growing blank on her head instead of hair. Enter your lies now. Okay, which one's the truth? Okay, what did everyone pick? Now when she wants to look nice, she goes out and gets a mani-pedi. And that means... This is round 2, which means all point values are doubled. Exciting. All right, pick a category. Okay, here's the question. Highway construction in Iceland was delayed in 2013 after advocates claimed the project would destroy the natural land where blank live and thrive. Type in your lies now. Okay, here are your choices. All right, who picked what? Well, don't you feel foolish? It worked, said a hobo wearing Spock ears and a Santa hat. And that means this lie didn't get picked. Time to pick a category. Well, we ain't waiting forever. Okay, here's the question. Coca-Cola once commissioned a video game from Atari called Pepsi Blank. Enter your lies now. Okay, here you go. Find the truth. right, let's see what everybody picked. And the rest of the board goes unselected. Select a category. Okay, here's the question. It's time for a road trip. While in Florence, New Jersey, be sure to check out the auto repair shop, which, according to its owner, has an operational toilet once owned by blank. Type in your lies now. Hurry! Hit the lie for me button if you can't think of something. Okay, which one's the truth? Let's see what everybody selected. And we're done. It's time for the final fibbage. Just one final question, and it's worth triple. Good luck. Okay, here is your final fibbage question. Under the Marine Corps Uniform Regulation Code, MCO P1020.34F, a male Marine is not allowed to carry this while in uniform. Enter your lies now. Hurry up! Use a suggestion if you can't think of anything. Okay, here are your choices. Okay, what did everyone pick? They're only allowed to carry its manlier alternative, the parasol. And that's it. Nobody else's lies got picked.
Guten Tag, and welcome to Lie Swatter, the massive true or false trivia game. We can accommodate a huge number of players in a game. So many players, in fact, you may want to get the people at the Guinness Book of World Records on the phone. All right then, before we get started, don't forget, new players can go to this website and enter this room code to join the game at any time. Let's begin. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from the following fact categories. Elvis kept an Iron Maiden in the basement of Graceland until 1971. Use your device to pick whether you think the fact is true or a lie. Women in Liechtenstein have a life expectancy of 99 years. Buffalo are the only animals that can mate with both cows and horses. Avon was originally associated with the Jehovah's Witnesses. Leonardo da Vinci was dyslexic. The gene associated with left-handedness is also associated with schizophrenia. Tony Danza turned down the role of Indiana Jones. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round 1. Here are your next 7 fact categories. NASA doesn't actually stand for anything. Office Depot paid NBC $500,000 to be featured positively on an episode of The Office. Yaks can regrow their tails if cut off. alligator babies communicate through their eggshells? Fried catfish is the most common last meal request in the U.S. Mountain Dew was originally made to be mixed with whiskey. Barack Obama's presidential portrait is winking. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is coincidences. Check out these facts about coincidences and try to guess which are real and which are lies. The most tornadoes in recorded history occurred the year The Wizard of Oz came out. Three of the first 5 U.S. presidents died on the 4th of July. David Blaine found David Copperfield's wallet on a park bench. Buzz Aldrin's mother's maiden name was Moon. Thomas Jefferson and Napoleon were stabbed by the same man. John Wilkes Booth's brother saved the life of Abraham Lincoln's son. David Letterman and Jay Leno had the same first-grade teacher. Let's see the final scores.